Let us now see a playful activity wherein students are going to get the concept of perimeter and area. To do this activity, we require two dice, a square grid paper, and sketch pens. We need minimum of 2 players to play this game. Let's consider that the player 1 takes the dice and rolls it. So he is going to get number 5 and 2. If you see the square grid sheet, each squares has an area of 1 by 1 or 1 unit. So player 1 takes the length as 5 and the breadth or the height as 2, and he will represent the area that will be covered by the two numbers 5 and 2 in the form of rectangle. So he will count the length 5, that is 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. 4 and 5, and the height or the breadth will be 2. So this is the rectangle that covers the area 5 into 2, that is 10 squares or 10 grids. So he will hatch it, or he will make the slanting line like this for representation. Now it's the turn of player 2 to roll the dice. So the number that player 2 has got on the dice is 2 and 1. So player 2 need to take some other color sketch pen. So he will be representing in other color, and he will be using the other side of the grid paper. So 2 into 1 is 2. So the total area or the number of squares that the player 2 has to cover is 2 and 1. So it is 2. So let me take the length as 2 and the breadth as 1. And represent the area of 2 units. Here, the player 1 and 2 both can actually not only calculate or represent the area, they also can go to find out the perimeter. That is, if the player 1 has to find the perimeter of this rectangle, so this rectangle has a length of 5 and the height or a breadth of 2. So 5, 2, 5 and 2. So it is 2 times of 5 and 2 times of 2. So 2 times of 5 is 10 and 2 times of 2 is 4. So it is 10 plus 4, 14 units will be the perimeter of this rectangle. Similarly, for player 2, the perimeter of this rectangle will be 2, 1, 2 and 1. So the addition of this will be 2 plus 1, 3, 3 plus 2, 5, 5 plus 1, 6. So the perimeter of this particular rectangle will be 6 units. So now the players will roll the dice multiple times so that they represent the numbers that they are getting in the dice on this particular square grid area. So now it's the turn of player 1. So he is going to roll his dice. So it is 4 and 3. So usual manner of representation is either by squares or rectangle. But if the students or the players know the idea that 4 into 3 is 12 square units, so he need to cover 12 square grids area. So once they get this particular concept, there is no hard and fast rule that they have to represent the area in terms of only rectangle or square. They can take any shape to represent the area. For example, in this case, it is 4 into 3, 12 square units I have to cover. So let me count 12 square grids. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So I'll first cover this 5. So still 7 is left out. So I will cover in this particular manner. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. So till here. Okay, so what now player 1 has done is he has represented the 12 square units not in a very regular shape, that is, may not be in a square or a rectangle. So it looks like a small t here. So approximately it's like this. Okay, so he's representing here. So it is also possible. So next will be the turn of player 2. He gets some number and he also starts covering the area from the other side. So how this game is going to end is, okay, so who is going to cover the more area? So that particular player is going to win this particular game. Here, when player 1 has represented the area in terms of some other shape other than square and rectangle, he can actually calculate the perimeter like this by finding out the particular border length. So he need to find the length of the borders here. So after doing that, then only he can find the perimeter of this particular shape. So the students are going to get the concept of, or they can get a concrete knowledge of how to find the area and how to find the perimeter of any of the shapes. At the end, players can be asked, or the students can be asked, to find the total area that they have covered and also compare with the total perimeter that they have covered. So this gets the comparison between the area and perimeter. So a particular figures which have same perimeter can have a different area, or the particular shapes which have same perimeter can have different areas. This conceptualization students can understand very easily, and pictographically they will be representing. Thank you.